Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Zimmermann. I'm here today to do a little bit of holiday coloring with you. And this is part of Isabel's Advent Calendar collection. And what I'm doing today is I'm showing you a new page that I've created from some imagery that I created actually for my book, The Secrets of Coloring 2. And what I will be doing with you today is, since this book has so much stuff that goes along with the holidays, I figured I would show you how to do some ornaments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my page here and I will zoom in so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And the first thing I'm going to do is use my 1036 pencil. And I'm going to map out a shape here that I talk about in my book, The Secrets of Coloring 2. I go into some of this stuff in depth. And if you want to know how to color the rest of what you're seeing here in this picture that's been colored, just about all of it except for the holly leaves are part of the book, and there are tutorials for each one of those things. Step-by-step tutorials. So this is my neon orange. And actually, what I recommend you do before you do any work is make sure that you don't have any colors that could get mixed in from another part of your drawing, like I do here. You know, it seems kind of strange to use neon colors, and I use my neon colors a lot, and I don't necessarily use them because I want something to look neon. I use them to actually brighten up the colors that I'm pairing with the neon colors. So because I'm using red, I want to brighten up the red underneath. So this is 922, which is poppy. And I'm using the same basic structure as I have in my book. I'm just doing this slightly differently because of the colors that I've chosen here. I would normally go into my deepest color third. And I'm using a really light hand here. So this is actually step 2 right now, and I'm going to move on to step 3. And I will use my deepest color. This is Crimson Red 924. Use a little bit of it, not too much of it. We want these baubles to look shiny and kind of like a pearl almost. And to do that, we do need some contrast here, but not too much contrast. And that's kind of the key. I'm going to go back into my first color, the 1036, a little bit in these white spaces now that I have the rest of it defined. And I'm going over some of this red and sort of combining it all. And then now I'm going to go into a middle color, the Scarlet Lake 923. And I'm going to blend and blur some of these parts together. I am using some scumbling circular motions, and I'm also using a little bit of directional motion as well. These baubles have been created, made into a tutorial that's really easy to follow along and change your colors up. I'm going to go back into my original color and now start blending this all out. And I might work back and forth between this color and the other color I was using to kind of blur everything together. Which is my 923. Now I'm going to do one last little thing here. I'm going to add a little bit of color along the edge. Just to make it look a little bit more complete there. And you can see that this one here looks a little bit more finished and richer, and that's because I've gone over with more layers. So to do that, I'm just going to keep on moving. I'm going to go back into my poppy. poppy has some warmth to it and some depth to it. It's sort of it's a lighter red, but red is a middle value color, so now it's starting to pop a little bit more. And as I move downward this way, I'm going to add a little bit more of the neon orange. Kind of blend it all. Now, you may or may not want to use a white pencil. Make sure it's cleaned off. If you do want to do some kind of burnishing, that is up to you. Sometimes I burnish, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I burnish just a little bit, just enough to help something smooth out just a little bit. I don't necessarily burnish an entire object or shape. Now, I'm going to add one more touch of the darkest color I have here. And because this isn't quite as dark as I want it to be, I'm actually going to add a little touch of black as well. Just the tiniest little bit. Very light touch here, because I'm actually going to coat over this black with the red. My darkest red. I'm just touching that up just a little bit. And last little round of neon. And that's how you create that. Now, if you want to do the gold real quick, I'm using some goldenrod, which is 1034. Just going to create some little shapes within each one of these little sections. And then to do the little beads that are going around, I'm going to try to hit the bottom half as best as I can, just the bottom half of each one of these little shapes. And now I'm going to add a little bit of 945, which is sienna brown, just right on the top of each one. And I'll use my darkest red one more time. Kind of go around some of these shapes just a little bit. Deepen them just a hair. And I will use maybe a little bit of sand, 940. Maybe a little bit of, oh, I forgot to do that little indentation. A little bit of canary yellow too. And I'll beef this up just a little bit. And then I'll just take my white gel pen and I'll go around, just place a dot on the top of each one of these little beads. There you have it. Thanks for joining me. And you can follow me on YouTube for some more tutorials for this holiday season. Thanks a lot.